Hello once again, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Amateur Starcraft. I am Novacore. Before we begin, I'm just going to let my guys run on normal speed here whilst they're doing their thing. There's this ridiculous debate going on at the moment about whether it's amateur or amateur. It's spelled amateur. I know it's spelled amateur, but Australian slang down here, we do tend to say amateur. And because I'm lazy, I say amateur. And I'm going to continue to say amateur, even though I will spell it amateur. If you don't like it, blow me. Anyway, this was my first placement match, guys. I decided, shit, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just go for it. Got a little bit cocky, as you'll find out later on. Didn't go terribly well. Yeah, it kind of died in the arse. But you'll see what I do in the end. Okay. So, as you can see down here, I'm playing a Protoss player, and as you know, or may not know in placement matches if you haven't started yet, you play anybody. So you don't play somebody from your league if you're in bronze or silver or gold. You don't play anybody around, you play anybody to find out where you're specifically meant to be placed within the rankings. Down here, I was sending a scout. I actually stopped him at the tower here. You'll see why in a second. He's building up his first pylon. Still pumping away with his probes. Now this is an issue. This is the thing I'm not doing. I build 2 SCVs here, but as you'll see after that, I build nothing. This is something that I personally really need to work on. It's the fact that I'm far too worried about what to build next. I'm not building SCVs, ever. It's something you really need to do. There's another one coming out now, but I'm so busy, worrying about, should I wait for enough mineral to build a refinery, to build a barracks? I'm not building out SCVs in order to get me that mineral. There's a very fine line between building SCVs and obviously building the military, your military, your army to, protect your base or to take on your base, yada yada yada. Look, I'm not building any SCVs at the moment. I really should have been. As you can see, my mineral here keeps creeping up. Once it passes 100, could pop out 1 SCV, let it keep going up and up and up. I didn't do that. Down here I'm building a barracks. This is what I was doing near the tower. You'll see what I plan on doing this. Didn't do what I planned on doing, but anyway, it's why it's called Amateur Starcraft. Amateur. God. Someone's trying to text me while I'm making my videos. Leave me alone! Anyway, barracks going up now. He's, of course, building his gateway directly in front of his ramp to block my scout possibly coming up. Very basic thing we've been through before. Everybody should do it. He's leaving a probe hanging around here, which is kind of weird. He should be doing something with it. As you know from Protoss, you may know, might have mentioned it, they can just warp in, as you see there. They don't need to hang around and build it like my SCVs. He should send this probe to do something else. His choice, not mine. Building up a cybernetics core nice and early, which I can't see at the moment. I didn't bother to scout his base. I just got down here just to build a barracks, which I'm not doing anything with yet at the moment. You probably should start doing something with that by now, Novacore. No, I'm just going to leave him sitting there. Building up my block point as well. As you can see here, getting an orbital command on my command center so I can see what he's doing down there. I've already got my refinery up. If we have a look at the unit count here, we're sitting on the same SCVs and probes, which is actually kind of nice. He's already got a Zealot out, which really doesn't matter at that point in time. So as you can see, we're sort of trying to build up a little bit of a defense here rather than go early. But we're roughly sitting around the same, which is actually kind of nice. Still not building any SCVs though. I've got 175 mineral. Build one! I don't think I ever build one. I think that's it. I think I'm just forgetting about it. I'm too busy building, as you can see, a tech lab onto my barracks here, and I'm actually building Reapers. Of course, I'm trying to Reaper rush him, which, yeah, you'll see how it goes in a minute. Again, a couple of Marines out of the barracks here. A little bit too late, to be honest. I mean, I suppose because I built that barracks early, I'm now only building out a couple of units, and as you can see here, he's got a couple of Zealots out, but he really hasn't got much either. Just basically parking at the bottom of his ramp. He is building more though. He all the while is building probes while I am not. He's finally getting his assimilator up to start getting some Verspeen. Oh, he's already got one down here. He's building his second, so he can get more Verspeen. Still leaving his probes hang around. He should just send them to do stuff. Shouldn't leave them just sitting there. Still pumping out. Oh, and he's getting a Stalker in there as well. I'm doing nothing with that barracks, which is kind of stupid. Not doing anything there. I've got a mule sitting there doing nothing. God, I should just use it. Anytime a mule pops up, guys, God, use it. You really need to keep checking your your orbital command or your command center. It's one of the most important things you can do. If you've got a mule sitting there, use it, which I finally decided to do right there. If you want to scan a sweep, but you've got to do something with it. If you just leave it sitting there doing nothing, it's just a waste. The second you get a mule, pop down the mule. As you can see here, getting out a couple of Reapers. This is what I was really saving up for. with my stuff. With my accumulated wealth. Getting out a couple more Marines, just in case he decided to rush me a little bit early. The unit count's still up here. As you can see, the same amount of SCVs and probes, again, roughly around the same amount of units, 3 and 3 and 4 and 1, so really, if any of us had gone here, it sort of would have even, except for the fact that I've got my guy sitting halfway up here. He's all sitting directly in the front of his base. Not a whole lot more going on here. I was just trying to pop out a couple more Reapers. I thought, should I go? Should I not? Should I go? I don't think I I don't think I swept his base at this point. If we look at my view, no, I did. So I can see what he had here, but that was a little while ago, so I wasn't sure what he had exactly. I've got 4 Reapers out there. Really not building anything else. And I did this. I built a Ghost Academy now. Really? If you're going to start building a Ghost Academy, or a Ghost for that matter, you've kind of got to know what you're doing. I didn't really. Well, I kind of had an idea. You'll see how well it goes down, anyway. Another stupid thing I've done here, guys, as you can see, is my supply limit is capped. I should have built another supply depot, and I think I get around to it fairly soon, which is kind of stupid of me. Down here, however, I'm deciding to send my Reapers in the back way. Now I start off well, as you can see. He's trying to build a Stargate. He's trying to build 2 of them, actually. And I managed to knock down his first, which was kind of nice. Moved in for his second before he thought, hey, I might send my guys in to stop him doing that. He kind of leaves him sitting there all the while I'm demolishing his Stargate. He kind of lets me do it. And then he thinks, oh, hey, I might stop him. I see him coming and I jump back down, which is a smart move to get away from his military. This isn't a smart move, however. I thought, hey, he might have gone, and I decided to jump back up. And as you can see with the health there, I lose 1, and then I lose a second, and now I'm only left with 2. Why I did that was just ridiculous. I probably should have gone around the front, tried to nut out his gateway or something from around there, and kept running him around, but I didn't. It was just ludicrous of me. I send them back up there, hopefully to build up a bit more of a force. He's building another Nexus up here, and this will be my downfall. Sorry to spoil the ending. Spoiler alert! This will be my downfall. You'll see why in a moment. Getting a few more Marines up. I'm constantly building him out of my barracks now, because I know what he had at his base. I saw he was building a Stargate, and I thought, shit, I might want to hurry up. Finally decided to build a few more supply depots, which was ridiculous. I'm still sitting on 27. It's been like that for ages. It was just crazy. Sending him mules, supply depots, trying to throw up as many Reapers as I can. I'm getting my Ghost out now, and you'll see me nuke with this Ghost, hopefully. I think I nuke in a second. Don't have a nuke. I think, well, it was kind of stupid. I don't have a factory yet, and I think I realise this when I pull my Ghost out and it says, you don't have a factory to nuke! And I think, oh, I get a factory going. It's kind of great of me. Decided to send my Marines down to actually match everything down here, so I sort of send everything forward nice and early. He's got a nice little base going up here, 2 assimilators, and he's pumping out a couple of probes out of there too. Out comes my Ghost, and it's sitting there. This is when I realise I don't have a nuke, so of course here I'm building a factory because I'm retarded and I don't know how to play the game. I've got a lot of mineral. Let me slow it down a little bit. This is crazy, guys. If you've got this much mineral, you need to just be pumping out as much as possible. I should have just flooded that with SCVs, flooded this with Marines. I'm not at the moment. It's still sitting there doing nothing. Keep an eye on the mineral tab up there. If it's creeping well over, Jesus, 600-700, you should be doing something about it. It shouldn't pass 1,000. You should always be able to build something, build another barracks, build something you don't have that doesn't cost Vespine but costs mineral. Just build it. Keep building supply depots, possibly, if you are planning on pushing out a large force. But I'm sitting well above 1,000 and it's not going down at all, so I'm too busy worrying about building things. I don't have a lot of Vespine, as you can see. I probably should have built another refinery here, which was just crazy of me. I'm finally deciding to build a few more Reapers, and I'm getting some Marauders out. My Ghost's still sitting here because I don't have a nuke yet. I think I'm building one out the Ghost Academy. Yeah, I am. So I'm building a nuke right now, which you'll see me use in a moment. If we look at the unit count here, I'm swapping him on SCVs, but God, he's pumping out some Void Rays, and these things are deadly. He's still nutting them out. Look at that. If I had have just played it smart and gone around the other way and maybe tried to knock out that Stargate, I actually probably would have won this match, and you'll see why in a minute. If I had lost that, it probably would have put him behind a little bit. Probably would have helped me. Anyway, I've cloaked my Ghost. Sent him in here. This is a lesson well learned, guys. Just keep an eye on this. If you are going to use a nuclear, don't do what I'm about to do. Don't do what Danny does, which is this. Pop the nuke on his command center. Now watch what happens. I'm throwing it down here. Now, the problem with the command center is it's got a very high tolerance, I can't speak tonight, towards anything like this. And as you can see, once I throw it down, it does nothing at all. It knocks out a couple of his SCVs, but that was a very ineffective nuke. I should have put it, again, on his Stargate. Why didn't I knock it out? Maybe on a couple of his units to try and knock them out too, so I could have sent my guys in. I finally decide, he sends his Void Rays directly past my base, thinks I've seen nothing, so he decides just to go for there. I actually did fairly well here. I've taken out most of his Zealots nice and early. I should have sent my guys up the ramp. Oh, well, I guess I did it at the right timing. Got my Reapers going in the back row who are doing a bit of damage there, and I'm going straight for the command center. That's gone. I thought command center gone, got the upper hand here. These guys are taking out the gateway. The only problem is, and what I haven't seen, is he's sending his Void Rays directly to my base. What have I got? Stuff all! Couple of Marines, about 8 of them, which aren't going to be very effective against this many Void Rays. I'm not even looking at the moment. They knock out one there and go directly for my base. I'm trying to wipe out his base. Now this is a race, essentially. I want to try and knock out his base before he knocks out mine, and I think I've got it. The only problem is I've got rid of his command center, and it's not telling me his base is being revealed. I don't realise this yet. He's got this up here, and this, like I said earlier, is his upper hand. This is why he won the match. I've gotten his base, I knocked it out early before him. These Void Rays, look how quickly they just annihilate my base. And this was why he won the match. And as you can see, he was already building another Nexus up here just to be safe, but he wiped me out. I figure, God, I better quickly look, see if I can find it. But by this point in time, he won. That was game. Yeah, and look, I did bad at that match, of course, because I'm just bad at the game. He didn't do too great either. But he kind of had the upper hand in the fact that he just pre-built a Nexus. I could have done that. I had plenty of minerals. I pointed out earlier. I probably should have built another command center somewhere around the map and just got that going to buy me that little bit of extra time. But I didn't bother scouting. I had no idea he had 2 Nexuses up at the moment that I attacked. And that was the reason for my downfall. Yeah, not a great placement match, of course. I lost 1 down, 4 to go. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. My name is NovaCore. Subscribe to my videos, and if you want to play me, send me a PM, and hopefully you might be able to get in one of my videos. See you later.